The screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now we have seen about service, about product, all the important aspects of product that associate a product when it is getting sold from manufacturer to end user or end buyer. So we have all four P's of a product completed. Then with service, hmm, service we have different characteristics than that of a product. Now all services are not pure intangible services, and all products are not pure tangible product. Every other product is having some service associated, and every other service is having certain tangibility spectrum associated. Even if you go to a psychiatrist, wherein almost all treatment is given to human mind, not necessarily his body or any physical treatment. But apart from that human mind treatment, certain aspects of physics, certain aspects of ambience are associated with that service too. So these all factors are relevant with services. Services have different dimensions like intangibility, reliability, responsiveness, empathy, and assurance. Intangibility is meant services cannot be produced or stored. They are intangible in nature. All these uh, scalar dimensions like kilogram, liter, meter, centimeter, metric scale cannot be applied to services. Service can be said as average, okay, good, and excellent. Likewise, in different category of opinions. These all factors are relevant with service. Then next point of services is quality. Implementing a method of assurance on the performance level of staff and facilities. This particular service which is given by service providers or people who are actually performing service tasks, they are required to be of knowledge and skill with attitude of serving toward their customer. It is important to create good quality reputation for the product and service offered, as this provides a positive image for the company or organization. Here example given is Tesco Airlines as an example is given here. So these all factors are important when it comes to quality. Now, products, products which do have national brands, own brand, licensed products, franchise product via concessions in a store. These all products are part and parcel of retailing aspects, wherein a retailer have to keep them available. We are looking into retailing aspects relevant all subtopics, and in product which we have national brand, Parle-G, a product from India, we can say as a national brand. Hmm? Coconut hair oil or any other product which is very much popular and belong to our home country. Our own brand, retailers' own brand also are available. But own brand compared with national brand or international brand definitely have less sale, although they have less price than that of other brands. Now, licensed merchandise. Licensed merchandise is relevant with government license which you have as a retailer, and you are selling a different company's brand because you hold that license. There are different types of shops, especially wine shop, wherein different brands are available, but that requires you to have as a retailer license, that is for foreign liquor as well as country liquor. We just taking here as a example. Franchise product, that means McDonald's, Domino's, Cafe Barista, Cafe Coffee Day, all these are franchisee which are run by retailers by having agreed with terms and conditions with franchisee and franchisor. Now, brand name for a retail store is very much important. The store exterior and brand name is the installation that a customer will have of a store. Branding is also an important portable communication tool which can be utilized on the retailer's bags and packaging of its own label product. Now, this particular brand name, the store which is selling a different kind of product, different variety and types of product, that own store should have its brand name. When we think of Big Bazaar, when we think of Shoppers Stop or any other popular organized retail store in country like USA, Walmart as a brand name is very popular. Whatever is kept available in those retail stores, that particular product is having less shelf life. People believe in buying that product not because of only quality, price, and other aspects of that product. It's because it is kept in very popular store like Walmart. So this brand name helps different companies. Brand name of that retail store help different companies who are selling their product. Any newly launched product is having the biggest challenge of making it available. Let's suppose a cosmetic product, that may be hair dye, shampoo, or any other beauty care product which is kept in a pharmacy. Now, for sake of keeping it available, most of the retailers are reluctant. Already they have enough stock. Their shelf life is 6 months, 1 year, more than that. Although they will be getting, instead of 21 days, 45 days site for payment. At the end of the 45th day, they have to make payment to the wholesaler. And in such situation, acceptability for newly launched product and making it available with retailers almost all in a territory is a very difficult thing. Now that particular retailer will make it available and push that product for sake of selling it. When retailer says to a customer that this particular product may be a bath soap, maybe shampoo, maybe paste, maybe any other FMCG category product is launched by XYZ company, and this particular brand, you try once, you will feel very good, or you will get uh, whatever in money you paid, you will get its satisfaction. Now when retailer says such things to his customers whom he is meeting frequently on regular basis, these customers believe quickly. Being retailer, he is holding his reputation, he is having his credibility in the market, and availability of a product for newly launched or existing is responsibility of that retailer. And in such situation, retailers help to generate sales for almost all companies. So having product available, pushing product are, although two separate things, but they are very important in product life cycles, introduction and growth stage. So this is how brand name works out for different types of products. Now product labels. The product can be thought of as being an amalgam of four different levels. Four different levels of one individual product are seen. Once we go stepwise with each particular stage of that particular product, we will come to know. A core product. A product induces or includes everything that the customer receives, and this includes the basic level of the core product, which is made up of the delivery of benefits and features. Now, core product, any vehicle is having core product as transportation. What it is transporting, either passengers or goods. That is core theme of that particular product. Any food product in category of vegetarian or non-vegetarian. What is core product in that particular food category? Satisfying hunger. This is what relevance with core product. Facilitating product. The facilitating aspect of the product in a store must be present for the customer to utilize the services of the core product. That is, if clothing, then mirrors and fitting room, signage and easy access around the store. Facilitating product. When you are buying something, in support to that buying, in support to that product, what other additional facilities are available and made available for that customer to ease the process of buying, that products are called as facilitating products. Here example given, when we are buying garments in a retail store, mirrors, fitting room, signage, easy access, all these things are facilitating product. We must have seen signages for children wear, men's wear, women's wear, discount, new launch, then what we say, scheme, all these signages we have seen when we have gone to retail stores. Now the supporting product, extra as play area for children, baby change facilities, free gift wrap service, free delivery. When we are buying everything and when our buying comes to an end process, comes to closure, what is provided to us at the end of our buying is supporting product. That is, that may be additional service or supporting service like play area for children. As we are engaging ourselves in shopping activity almost for 45 minutes to 2.5 hours, depends on how much we keep ourselves engaged. Meanwhile, our children shouldn't get bored. They are not much bothered or not having any interest what type of product we are buying. For them, playing is important. For them, having time to spend is important, and they just can't run behind us the way we are having rounds and rounds of entire store. So in that duration they want to play, and for such children having play area is very important. Otherwise, it affects our shopping activity seriously. They get bored, they get irritated, and they interfere in shopping what we are doing. Being parent, we want space, we want sufficient time for choosing, selecting, and to have a certain particular product by looking into their depth, how much quality, how much standard, how much type of different types of color design they all are having. And by having all these things, all these factors in a product, we select them. But we want cool mind to have all these things to retrospect. So this is what relevant with supporting product. The augmented product within retail store, what all are the additional services which enhances your ego, helps in developing your status. All these things are relevant with augmented product. Includes aspect of atmosphere and the interaction of the customer with the company, like store music at different periods in the week, loyalty programs for customers, DJ booths that are the able to bring about changing in consumer attitudes. These all factors are relevant with augmented product. How much additional you are providing, you are taking care of presence of customer, those who are visiting on regular basis. You know him by their name, and all these factors after buying particular product, what additional benefits other than actual product you are giving them? Is there any price concession? Is there any loyalty program? Is there any scheme, or is there any lucky coupon what they will be getting? And they will have satisfaction that although I am buying a particular product, apart from purchasing that product, so many additional benefits I am getting on account of regular customer. If this feeling is getting inculcated into customers' mind, then only they remains loyal to us. So this is what relevant with augmented product. Store layout. This is something of very high importance. Store should be designed to facilitate the movement of customers, to create a planned store experience, and to allow the optimum presentation of merchandise. This is the sentence I have repeatedly told you. When we are buying something with having plan in our mind, having list in our hand with 12, 13, or 60, 100 number of different products also. When we are entering into a retail store, the layout of that store should be designed in a such a way that a customer is having almost all racks passed on. It shouldn't be in a straight way. It shouldn't be like a circle, or it shouldn't be like a 90-degree angle. Hmm? Customer should be made to have one round of entire store by keeping specific category of a product which are frequently bought at different distances. If they are clustered at one particular point, customer will go to that point, he will take them into his cart basket, and he will come to cash counter. Rest all products he will not be bothered to see, will not be even going and visiting it. So all the necessary products, basic needed products like sugar, edible oil, milk, or bread, food category product, then cereals, grains, and all necessary rationing item should be kept at distance. One product at one corner, other product at other corner. If they are all clustered at one place, then that will be just like a unorganized retail store where everything needed is sold only, and that is clustered also. You just have to stand at one point and you have to wait for retailer to pack your goods. So that way, organized retail shouldn't have experience. Then there won't be any difference between organized retail store and unorganized retail store. Now, store layout has the retailer's goal has to be a store layout which reflect the brand position of the store and ensure the most effective use of the space. Most effective use of the space. That makes very important for organized retail store. You must have seen when you go to places like Big Bazaar, they have almost eight storage racks kept for different category of product. At the bottom, there will be specific category of product. At the upper level, another category. At the middle level, specific brands which are newly launched. At your eye contact size, when you are standing in front of a rack, to your left, to your right, or you are exactly standing opposite to that particular rack, when you are making eye contact, most of the newly launched products should be available so that you can take them, you can smell them, you can check them, you can have its dimension, you can know the color, what expiry date it is having, what manufacturing date it is having, what price it is available. So these all factors are very much important when you are designing racks also and keeping racks for different variety of products. Now, what is stated here in proactive planning based upon the manipulation of the in-store experience rather than accepting passive, total random experience for customers. The correct display of merchandise in a highly frequented area can dramatically increase sales. Conversely, a poor display will have a negative effect. Display of a product which is kept for sale, that display plays very important role. When rack wise all products are kept in a store, they all arranged in a row, in a line, in steps, at certain distance, or one above the other, in a presentable manner and in an attractive manner. Their designing, their display, their layouts are all put together, have attraction for us. When we are picking something, we also feel. whether we want it or we don't want. We should keep it at the point from where we took it. Store layout, grid pattern layout is characterized by the regimentation of the layout into long rows of parallel fixtures with straight aisles. Parallel fixtures and straight aisles are used in grid pattern layout. Free flow layout is based upon an irregular pattern with some logic of attempting to create a flow, but which allows the customer the choice of whether to move between the fixtures or not. Now, boutique layout is a variation of the free flow layout pattern whereby the departments of sections are arranged in the form of individual specialty areas that can cater for specific customer requirements. So this is what boutique layout is. One example with picture I am giving you. Student, this picture is visible to you.
Yes, sir.
Uh, so this boutique layout is shown in architectural pattern. This way it will be having different racks, corners, and customers are free to have one round. Now, atmospheric. Atmospheric is very much important in organized retail store. The environmental and physical aspects of a place, the social surroundings, the temporal aspects of the occasion, the objectives of the shopping trip, the predisposition of the individual. When we are once in a month or on special occasion visiting an organized retail store, we feel we should go to the place, that organized store, where not just that store, not just that store, but around that store, within that lane, within that area, everything should be having attractive, having attractive surrounding. What is stated here? Social surroundings. When you go to Jangli Maharaj Road or Ferguson College Road, you feel cheered, you feel enthusiastic, you feel very much relaxed, or what we say, uh, pleasurable environment, especially during evening time, whichever time of the day it may be, but especially during the evening time. Compared with that surrounding, outskirt of Pune city, like area Akurdi, Nigdi, or uh, what we say, semi-urban area, that do have different surroundings. When we are going through these type of roads, Ferguson College or Jangli Maharaj Road, majority retail national and international brands are available there. And that surrounding makes you, motivates you, builds confidence in you, hmm, give you enthusiasm to buy specific products and more than what you require. The temporal aspects of the occasion. Occasion, what occasion you are you going in that retail store? Just you entered in college as a junior college student or degree college student. You want to buy garment, jeans, t-shirt, belt, shoes, sport shoes, or specs, like things. In that situation, you are very much enthusiastic, having a high level of confidence and cheerfulness, being young adult. So these all occasions help customer to go for organized retail store, and in support to your cheerful, enthusiastic mood, if they are providing facilitating environment, then you buy all the things with that uh, what we say, openness in your mind. Objective of the shopping trip, what objective you kept in your mind and what you want from that shopping, it is called as trip. When we go for a trip, we enjoy it. When we go for shopping, we should be able to enjoy it, not should be tedious, boresome, or physically stressing activity. And predisposition of the individual. What I do have in my mind when I prepare for shopping and how I want that experience to have, that decides that uh, makes me how and what I think before I start actual shopping. Atmospheric elements creates sensory marketing. Sensory type create a number of changes in the customer's emotion, which can influence the type and amount of demand for different type of product in the store. The main sensory medium are visual, oral, olfactory, and tactile. Hmm? What visual we do have inside the retail store? Color. What type of color for the wall, for the ceilings, for the racks is used? That decides color, brightness, variation of lighting, size, texture, etc. Different types of lightings are used during night time, especially in the evening to late evening. These lighting do have its very positive, either positive or negative effect. Oral means sound, volume, pitch, beat, harmony, and music. How well that particular place is having sounds within store and sounds coming from outside. Now, one disadvantage of organized retail store located at the heart of the city. I am talking of atmospheric, we are talking of sound, and I have one question to ask you. Although a store located at the heart of the city is having too many customers, what disadvantage we can think of? What must be the disadvantage of a store located at heart of the city? You got my question? Students, you are available? You
Yes,
can
sir.
hear me?
Yes, sir.
What could be the disadvantage of a store which is located at the heart of the city? No idea?
No, sir.
It is crowded plus outside surrounding is noisy. Vehicles are going behind or in front of the store from left and right side. Sounds of different cars, horn, silencer, then people's talking. Then if there are certain factories or other organizations where manufacturing process is in continuity, these all sounds makes that store bit noisy, where customers are difficult for customers find it difficult to have shopping peacefully. These days, glass doors do have soundproof system, and that could be overcome partially. But having store at heart of the city is always having certain disadvantages too. Olfactory, what all are the scenic things are kept there? Scent, freshness, this comprises ambient scent. What type of room freshener is used in that particular retail store? The way we are using room freshener in our homes also. So these are olfactory things. Tactile, softness, smoothness, shape, surface, and display area by feel, touch. So this is tactile. What type of floor, how the walls are used, what type of furniture for sitting of people is used. That includes atmospheric. Now, stage related to sensory. Store sensory characteristics, spatial aspects, whether the space is enough between two racks, space is enough between two departments, temperature, how much AC is kept for 21 degree or 24 degree, that decides temperature, type of music, lighting either natural or of design. Now emotions, pleasure, calmness, arousal, non-arousal, anxiety, interest, these all are atmospherics. Now customer behavior outcome, purchase behavior changes, time spent in the store is altered, activity patterns are affected. When atmospherics are good, according to majority of customers, people feel to spend more time inside the store. Purchase is not just technical activity, what they do, but they do it with pleasure. And it is natural that more the time they spend inside the store, more shopping they will have. This is the advantage of good atmospheric. When atmospheric created is quite good, with the help of floor color, with the help of wall and ceiling color, with the help of furniture, music, freshness, room freshener which is used, all these factors help consumers to spend more time or less time. The changes made to the design of buying environments that produce special emotional effect that subsequently enhance the likelihood that a purchase will take place. Now, retail pricing. This important aspect of retail is always having its own challenges. Retail pricing. At the end of the day, what customers think, if a product is available at even 10% low price than anywhere, the place where it is available at the 10% less price, he is ready to buy it. The pricing policy selected by a retailer will usually be directly related to the resultant level of demand over a period of time and with the right margins to the profitability of the enterprise. As a business, the retailer has to seek cash flow, profitability, and growth in order to improve their market position. What decides profitability of a retailer? The price what he quotes, the price what he keeps. Now, understanding price as a concept, price is the monetary value assigned by the seller to something purchased, monetary value assigned by retailer. This is the definition of price, sold or offered for sale, and on transaction by a buyer as their willingness to pay for the benefits the product and channel service delivers. Now, price sensitivity. The understanding of the way different prices points affect demand or how demand operates between price points is an important consideration for the setting of retail price policy. Within retailing, there are also major differences between market segments, much as youth markets and upper income groups, whose taste may dramatically changes from one period to another. Being young, enthusiastic, highly confident customer, I feel little care about price. During that stage of my life, my parents are taking care of my expenses. Whether they afford it or they can't, that is a secondary matter. When I have to purchase something at the age of 40, 45, when I am the sole breadwinner of my family, price becomes very crucial, important factor for me. Elasticity of demand. Elasticity is a key element in the understanding of the demand process. Now, demand elasticity, if price rises, demand falls significantly. Or if price rises, demand falls but only slightly. This is what demand elasticity. When price rises, demand falls. When price goes at lower level, demand increases. This is what relevant with demand elasticity. Elasticity of demand is price elasticity is equal to percentage change in sales divided by percentage change in price. Now price elasticity, for price elasticity, the denominator is simply change. Denominator is simply change to a percentage in price. When the price falls, the quantity demanded tends to rise. And when price rises, demand tends to fall. When price rises, demand comes down. When price comes down, demand increases. So demand elasticity, if a price rises, demand falls significantly, or if a price rises, demand falls but only slightly. So this is what elasticity of demand. Now factors affecting price sensitivity. Perceived price effect. Now buyers are more sensitive the higher the product price is in relation to another product or substitute they could purchase. When I am buying a LED TV or even if a two-wheeler, I will check up with the prices of all popular companies. Definitely there will be 4 or 5, and I will think of one who's quoting the or who's having the lowest price. Apart from having lowest price, what could be the possible risk also? Because I am buying it at lowest price, I will think of as a customer. Now unique value effect. Buyers are less sensitive to a product price the more they value of any of its attributes that differentiate it from competing products. Now when a particular product is of very high dependency or enhances your status quo, you don't think of its price. When a person is buying product like Lamborghini or Mercedes, although their cost, although their ex-showroom or on-road price is in lakhs and crores, he don't get bothered just because its price is high. What value or what unique value he is getting on account of buying that product, that is more important for him than that of its cost. Importance of a purchase effect. What is important for you to purchase that particular product or to avail that service? If the risk of the purchase increases, then the price will not be the most important aspect of the purchase. That is medicines. When we are buying a particular injection given for chemotherapy or radiotherapy in stage 2nd or 3rd in cancer treatment, a person or a patient is about to die. In such situation, his family members don't look for its price, don't compare value of that person's life with its price. Importance of purchase effect. How much important it is for you, whether it is costly or cheaper. As a student, when you buy books, especially textbook, even if their prices compared to previous academic year are raised by 10% or 25%, you have to buy it because you are required to make a study. This is what importance of purchase. At the beginning of academic year, every student is required to have purchase of few books, whether they are costly or cheaper. Now, difficult comparison effect. Buyers are less sensitive to price when they find it more difficult to compare alternatives. You cannot compare a two-wheeler whose price is 48,000 rupees and others is 1,75,000. KTM bikes are available at 1.75 lakh on road price compared with any model of Bajaj, which is available in Kickstart at the rate of 48,000. So that comparison cannot happen. KTM has its own advantages as a bike, and Bajaj do have its model with its basic facilities given. Now, price quality effect. A higher price may signal that the product is of super quality. It is generally assumed higher the price, better the quality. And most of the imported products, based on their quality conception, quality related thinking of customers, they are always costly than their homemade or country made product. Expenditure effect. Buyers become more price sensitive when the expenditure is larger, either in absolute money amounts or as a percentage of their income. Based on proportionate to their income, buyers decide how much to spend when they are buying certain things. Fairness and transparency effect. If the buyer believes the price falls outside a band of what would be judged reasonable and fail, then that become more price sensitive. If a person feels that whatever price is quoted for this particular product is not fair one, perhaps these people, these sellers are taking undue advantage of situation, then he will not buy that particular product. Now, factors affecting price sensitivity. Price sensitivity is only one of the factors which a retailer has to consider in their approach to pricing. A retail company, in formulating price policy decisions, has to consider a range of influences, including the following aspects. What all are the aspects considered affecting price sensitivity? Perishable nature of product. When we are selling milk, bread, butter, or any food category of product, we have to think of its perishable nature. Whether anybody is buying it or not buying it, I will keep the price same. If this policy a retailer is applying, then it's quite possible that certain products like milk, egg, butter, they will perish or get spoiled. They will not remain of having any use in the next 24 hour, 48 hour. And in such situation, you must have seen a vegetable vendor, what price he quotes for his vegetables early morning when he starts his selling, when he starts his day. The same vendor, when you go to him in late evening, his prices per kg, per half kg are 5 or 10 rupees less. They are in hurry, they are in plan to liquidate or to sell out the all stock what is available with them. They want for next working day, for next day, all fresh stock to come up with. So these all factors, because agricultural produce, what is coming from field, requires to get transported from one point to the other point. That take its own time, and after that time, when it is available in the market and buyers are buying it, that also require to have certain time duration. If a retailer, vegetable vendor, is having 100 kg of flour or cauliflower, it will not sell within 1 hour. It may take 5 to 7 hours at least. And for that matter, at the end of the day, what he was selling early morning with specific price, the same price he will not apply in the late evening. This is perishable nature of product. All the products relevant with food category, ready to use product, they have perishability. And if a product is getting perishable, if product is getting remaining in the shelf, not getting sold, then that's a loss for that retailer. And in such situation, to minimize his loss or to overcome his loss, he will sell it at different price. The competitive products, this is very much unique. You must have seen these days in telecommunication marketing, Reliance, Vodafone Idea, and Airtel, major three competitors, always have advertising theme designed with price, at what rate they are selling their data pack for 28 days, 56 days, 84 days, even certain packs are of 365 days also. And their advertise do have two important attributes. One is their strong network, other one is price, at what rate they are selling this particular package, what will be the cost of outgoing call. These days, there's no question of outgoing call cost, because most of the prepaid or postpaid SIM cards used by customers are paying for their daily use of internet, 1 GB, 1.5 GB, 1.5 GB, or 2 GB. So these all factors are competitive. When your competitor is at the same location wherein you are operating, and if he is offering even 5% less price than yours, majority of customers cluster will go to him and will not have any intention to buy from you. The market volatile nature of products. Market volatile nature. Certain products do have market volatility. That may be because of climatic conditions, political instability, social unrest, social disobedience, then technological changes, advancement and versions of different products. These all factors are relevant with market volatility. Now in pandemic of COVID, certain companies shares have fallen down. Certain products don't have any demand in the market. And in such situation, product prices goes down much beyond than it's expected. Price control to establish business, bank charges and interest rates control. Everything what is sold in market has some price, although it has some value. So these all factors, when a retailer has to invest money, he is not investing everything from his pocket, and which is not his affordability. He is taking loan from bankers, and those bankers also charge him certain interest rate annually, monthly, and different types of basis. So he has to add his interest rate also when he is selling product to customer. Otherwise, whatever sale he is doing, although he is selling 100%, it's quite possible that he is selling in loss, because he is not been able to repay his debt in scheduled time. So these all factors are affecting sensitivity. Now last slide I will discuss with you, and I will stop. Approaches to pricing the retail product. Cost oriented pricing. What is a very simple formula for price? Manufacturing cost plus profit margin is equal to price. Manufacturing cost plus profit margin is equal to price. That comes to cost oriented pricing. Cost oriented pricing refers to setting prices on the basis of an understanding of cost to the retailer. Cost plus pricing, rate of return pricing, return on investment. How much cost I am investing? If I am investing 10 rupees for a particular product in individual unit, and I am quoting 25% to 30% profit margin, that price of that product should be 12 rupee 50 paise or 13 rupees. That is what required for cost oriented pricing. Demand oriented pricing, discrimination pricing, backward pricing, skimming pricing, leader pricing, competitive pricing, market penetration pricing, psychological pricing, odd pricing, everyday low pricing. Discrimination pricing, what it is? Discrimination pricing, when we are selling a particular product, we have to divide our product as a different one than other competitors. Discrimination, one product keeping at low price, other product keeping at higher price. So these all factors are relevant with demand oriented pricing. When a particular product is high demand, as it is patented one, or as it is absolutely new in the market, definitely that product price will be higher, so that initial investment cost in research and development, manufacturing, its storage will get recovered as soon as possible. Now these all factors, skimming pricing, premium price on occasion. Skimming prices is what? Keeping price high in the introduction stage of that particular product. Many cars which are sold in the market in the beginning of their launch are costing very high. Now there are different types of television sets like Tata Sky, D2H, Videocon. When they launch this Dish TV as a device in the market, Tata Sky set up for establishing or to get connected with our television set was sold at 9,000 rupees. Then it became 6,000, then 4,999. Now it is available at 1,850 rupees and first 2 months subscription free. What they did, as a device, dish was absolutely new in the market, and in that stage they wanted to recover the money what they invested in its research and development, in its launch, in its spread across country, and to recover that cost of investment they kept its price at high rate. These all factors are relevant with skimming pricing. Rest all factors we will look into one by one. Now it's almost 8 o'clock. I will stop here. Okay, students. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.